This is Radio Taiwan International. Welcome to the news on Radio Taiwan International. I'm Michelle Chang, coming to you from Taipei, Taiwan. We'll begin with a look at today's top stories for Friday, February 27th. A 228 incident memorial march was held in Taipei today. A health coins program is set for April launch amid calls to bridge the digital divide. And cold fronts bring thunderstorms and heavy rain across central and northern Taiwan. But first, today's top story. More than 70 civic groups held a memorial march in Taipei on the eve of the 79th anniversary of the 228 incident on Friday. The group stated that the march was not about hatred, but about continuing to remind and pass on the values upheld by our democratic predecessors to the next generation, while we still have the memory and the opportunity. Hundreds of people dressed in black and holding signs gathered to express their remembrance of the victims of the 228 incident and their commitment to upholding democratic values. Recently, Taiwan has seen a surge in those learning about its democratic history, thanks in part to the preservation of political historical materials and memories by democratic predecessors. Nylon Zeng Liberty Foundation and Memorial Museum chairwoman Zeng Zumei pointed out that we cannot change the past, but we can understand the choices and suffering our predecessors endured. A Youth Action representative, Zhang Yujie, who was in the march, said that although she grew up in Daktong District, where the 228 incident occurred, she didn't learn about the details until she went to university and studied Taiwanese history. Pastor Lin Zongzhen, who participated in the first 228 march in 1987, emphasized that because some people do not understand local historical perspectives, they drift along without knowing the direction of their lives. He underscored that the greatest revolution in humankind is the pursuit of the meaning and value of life, and he hopes everyone can continue to move forward. The Health Ministry plans to roll out health coins as early as April to reward citizens with healthy behaviors such as vaccinations and regular checkups, redeemable for health-related perks. Health Minister Shih Chung-liang previewed the initiative, stating that internal discussions confirm feasibility and external partnerships are advancing, with plans to report to the Presidential Office's Healthy Taiwan Promotion Committee before a unified announcement. The program follows government digital incentives like the Culture Ministry's Culture Points, the Hakka Affair Council's Hakka Points, and the Sports Administration's Sports Points. DPP lawmaker Rosalia Wu hailed it as core to President Lai Ching-te's Healthy Taiwan policy, incentivizing checkups and vaccines across all groups to boost public health protection. KMT legislator Chen Jinghui endorsed the preventative medicine focus on checkups, health talks, chronic disease management, and vaccines, but urged the integration with sports points and added incentives for high-risk and rural groups. She noted foreign studies show such rewards can widen health inequalities as healthier, resource-rich people benefit most, calling for measures to close gaps. TPP lawmaker Cho Hui-ru stressed reliance on phones and the internet risks excluding seniors, digital have-nots, and remote residents due to access barriers, urging comprehensive support. She also demanded clarity on budget sources for stability. A passing weather front and strengthening northeasterly winds are bringing unstable weather across Taiwan on Friday, with heavy rain and thunderstorms expected from central regions northward, according to the Central Weather Administration, or CWA. Brief showers and scattered thunderstorms are expected in these areas, with eastern Taiwan and the Hengchun Peninsula also seeing some rain. Snow flurries are possible above 3,500 meters if moisture and low temperatures align, making mountain roads prone to frost or ice. Highs in northern Taiwan and Yilan will range from 19 to 21 degrees Celsius, while central and eastern areas will see 25 to 27 degrees. Southern regions, including Kaohsiung and Taidong, may still see highs around 29 degrees. Lows across the island will hover between 18 and 21 degrees. On the offshore islands, Penghu will be cloudy with brief rain and temperatures from 20 to 25 degrees. Jingmen will see 16 to 20 degrees and Mazu 12 to 15 degrees. Morning fog or low clouds in northern and central regions as well as Mazu may reduce visibility for motorists and flights. Strong northeasterly winds are expected from Taoyuan to Yunlin, eastern Taiwan, Hengchun Peninsula, and offshore islands, with gusts up to force 8 on the Beaufort scale. Long waves are forecast for northern and eastern coasts, including Orchid Island, Green Island, and Mazu. Coastal and marine activities are advised to take precautions. Taiwan's housing market is showing unprecedented selling pressure following the central bank's 7th round of credit tightening measures in 2024. Data from real estate platform Leju show the residential units listed for sale in January 2026 surged to more than 285,000, nearly 3.9 times higher than the same period in 2013, marking a record level of supply. According to Interior Ministry statistics, property transactions fell in 2025, a 25.5% year-on-year decrease to roughly 261,000 units, the lowest in 9 years. Yisun Financial Holdings chairman Joseph N.C. Huang noted that despite rising labor, raw materials, and disposal costs, housing prices declined by only 2 to 3% last year. He expected around 30 billion NT dollars or $957 million in new mortgage growth this year as completed projects are delivered. Huang said the first half of 2026 is unlikely to see major changes, but the second half will depend on the central bank's restrictions and the government's youth housing loan program. If policy remains tight, prices could drop further. If loosened, a rebound may occur. He added that household registration numbers, currently at 9.83 million, which is up by more than 450,000 from last year, signal rigid housing demand. Huang said,
"If household numbers start to fall, that's when we must be cautious, because that represents decreasing demand. Although the population is decreasing, the number of households is still increasing, so demand is still strong. The number of households is a clear indicator."
In response to International Mother Language Day, the National Taiwan Library, or NTL, has partnered with Taiwan illustrator Poka, or Cheng Suya, and InDot Image to launch the Little Kappa Sign Language Class special exhibit. Blending cultural creativity with digital technology, it incorporates Hakka culture, disabilities, Taiwan food and agriculture, and other themes to raise awareness of Taiwan Sign Language. International Mother Language Day, proposed by UNESCO in 1999, promotes global language preservation and mother tongue transmission to prevent most of the world's languages from vanishing. Beyond spoken language, sign language is a vital communication channel. The exhibit features Little Kappa as Taiwan Sign Language ambassador, guiding children, families, and new residents in learning it through 5 themes, including digital tech experiences of mother tongue reading. NTL research assistant Chue Siying said,
The site features 7 selected picture books by Taiwanese authors on Hakka culture, sustainable development, disabilities, food and agriculture education, and CRPD issues. Combined with AR, augmented reality, using a mobile device reveals sign language animations developed jointly by National Taichung University of Science and Technology and the library. This fuses reading, culture, and tech for interactive experiences. We hope it lets visitors encounter Taiwan's sign language and diverse cultures naturally while enjoying stories.
NTL Director Zhao Zuiying noted the library, designated by the Education Ministry for Reading Equity and Human Rights, advances national language plans. Through industry-academia collaboration, NUTC Professor Huang Guofeng's team created Taiwan's first Taiwan Sign Language interactive electronic picture book system after years of development, building digital infrastructure for inclusive mother tongue learning. The exhibit runs through March 29th, and those who join in and complete the tasks receive limited edition Little Kappa stickers. NTL invites all to explore stories, learn sign language, and discover new reading joys. 2 Chinese-American Olympic champions sparked sharply different reactions.
The Winter Olympics in Milan have concluded, but a debate far beyond sport continues to unfold. Chinese-American figure skater Alyssa Liu captured gold for the United States. Freestyle skier Ellen Gu, also born and raised in California, stood atop the podium representing China. Both are champions, both are at the peak of their sports, yet their victories have been received very differently. Liu's win dominated American headlines. Her father, Arthur Liu, participated in the 1989 Tiananmen democracy movement and later fled to the United States. That history resurfaced as Liu claimed the first U.S. women figure skating gold in 24 years. Her comeback story, retiring at 16 from burnout, then returning 2 years later, added to the emotional weight of her triumph. Gu, on the other hand, success sparked a different reaction. In 2019, she chose to compete for China, saying she hoped to inspire young people and build understanding between nations. Critics, including Republican Congressman Andy Ogles, accused her of representing an American adversary. Vice President J.D. Vance said athletes who grew up in the United States and benefit from its freedoms should want to compete for Team USA. The debate has extended to human rights. Liu has publicly expressed concern over China's treatment of Uyghurs. Gu has declined to comment on the issue. Gu reportedly earned an estimated $23 billion in endorsement in 2025, making her the highest-paid Winter Olympian. 2 gold medals, 2 American-born athletes, and 2 sharply different reflections of identity, politics, and national allegiance. Joey Chow for RTI News.
Thanks for joining me for the news. I'm Michelle Chang. Stay tuned for another 50 minutes of English language features brought to you by Radio Taiwan International.